Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty exciting things to go over. A new Inferno X trademark has been found for Pokemon. We also have some new Nintendo Switch 2 updates, some level scaling theories for Pokemon Legends EA, and a few other things that I wanted to go over today as well. A lot of things to break down. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at this new trademark that has been found. It was posted by Pokebeach.com saying Inferno X set trademark for the Pokemon TCG. So check out this article on Pokebeach for all of the details. So a new trademark for Inferno X has been filed by Pokemon. It's under the same terms as trademarks used for set names in the past. So it's very, very likely that it is going to be a new TCG set. It's going to be revolving around Mega Evolutions. Probably going to be linked to Pokemon Legends EA in regards to the new Mega Evolutions in that game, but we're not 100% sure yet. We usually discover trademarks around 6 to 9 months before their set releases, so it is also like a good kind of understanding of when Legends EA is going to come out, like 6 months beforehand. So we're in April right now. So you got May, June, July, August, September. October is 6 months away, which is a month that has been like heavily rumored to be when Legends EA is dropping. So it could be the set that drops kind of like around the same time as this Pokemon game. But either way, it says, yeah, usually around 6 to 9 months before the set releases. So we could see this in October. It literally says it right there. Don't know how I counted. Or November based on the current release schedule. Sometimes trademarks are revealed out of order, however. So the X in the set name may be a reference to Pokemon X and Y, as we'll be entering the Mega Evolution block later this year. The first Mega Evolution set in August, called Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia, will feature Mega Lucario EX and Mega Gardevoir EX. So since the TCG schedule is currently focusing on older Mega Evolutions, it's possible Inferno X could feature a popular Mega Evolution like Mega Charizard X. It depends on when ZA will actually release. After the game hits store shelves, we should start to see new Mega Evolutions headlining sets. So again, September, October is likely to when Legends EA is going to be dropping because of the wording that they've used in the Japanese trailer. So if that's the case, and then this set comes out around October, November, it's going to be around a month or two after the game. So this definitely could feature the new Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends EA in this sort of TCG set. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on this. We'll see Mega Evolutions obviously before this set comes out anyway, because it's very likely it's going to be coming out after the, like I say, after the game. But either way, still exciting to it gives us a little bit more of an idea of potentially when this this new Pokemon game is going to be releasing. Coming up next, I wanted to go over this theory posted by the DM God regarding level scaling in Pokemon Legends EA. It's a really cool theory, so massive shout out to them. And they start things off by saying, as of April 2025, specific details about level scaling in Pokemon Legends EA have not been officially disclosed. However, discussions within the Pokemon community highlight the importance of this feature. So for instance, a recent article suggests that implementing level scaling could enhance mission completion experiences in future Pokemon games. Reflecting on previous titles, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet did not incorporate level scaling, which they definitely should have. Being able to do things in any order was really cool and it gave you a lot more freedom. But then it also didn't, because you couldn't go and take on like the final gym because they had like level 50s and you had level like 10s. So you couldn't really go and fight them. So even though you could, you were never going to win that fight. But yeah, it says did not incorporate level scaling, leading to mixed reactions. As I noted that while the games featured open world exploration, the absence of level scaling affected the gameplay experience. So given that Pokemon Legends EA is set in Lumiose City, a dense urban environment, integrating level scaling could provide a balanced challenge for players. So this approach would allow trainers to explore various districts encountering abrupt difficulty spikes. In summary, while there's no official confirmation regarding level scaling in Pokemon Legends EA, community discussions and past experiences suggest that its inclusion could significantly enhance gameplay, and I definitely agree with it as well. I think level scaling is something we've always needed in Pokemon games, not like all the time. It'd be nice if you had an option to switch it on or off, because some people generally just like to over level so they don't struggle with the game, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, level scaling is very, very useful, which is why it's so present in ROM hacks and and Nuzlocke and hardcores and fan games and everything like that, because it just adds more of a challenge. In regards to Legends Z8, I think it's less likely. I just simply think that if the Pokemon game is open world and you can do everything whenever you want, that gives more of a reason to have level scaling, where this game seems to be very, very linear, where you go from rank Z to A, and then also you go to like the first sort of wild zone, and then you go to the second wild zone. Like, it's not going to be one of those things where you can go to any wild zone in any order, most likely. We don't think that's the case anyway. And then, like, if you could do that, then level scaling would make more sense, but it's just very, very unlikely. So, even though I think it's a really cool theory, and I absolutely really, really want level scaling in Pokemon Legends, yeah, I think it's more likely to happen in an open world game. Like Generation 10, most likely, would be a really cool game to kind of incorporate level scaling. But that's that, though. I also wanted to go over this post quickly from Jean as well regarding Mega Evolution, since we have spoken about it already in today's video. So this is a little bit of a leak. If you don't want to see it, obviously just skip this part. But it says, I guess it's not surprising to see that the full Kalos Elite Four has something to Mega Evolve now, assuming their team doesn't change if they return in Pokemon Legends ZA. So some selection does suggest certain characters showing up. So I don't think for one moment that there's going to be an Elite Four in this game, because we're just based in Lumiose. There's not going to be any gyms or anything like that, because there's one gym in Lumiose, which is Prism Tower, which has probably changed now to not be a gym. So there's not going to be an Elite Four in this game, but these Elite Four characters could easily return and maybe even be one of these sort of like rank up trainers that you have to fight to then go to the next rank. So like Malva could be like rank M, Seabold could be rank S or whatever. But what is notable though about their teams is now that they all have a Pokemon that they can Mega Evolve. So Malva can now Mega Evolve Pyro, which is one of the new Mega Evolutions. And she can also Mega Evolve Chandelure, which is another new Mega Evolution in this game. Seabold can Mega Evolve Gyarados, which always could have been able to do that, but Starmie and Barbaracle, both brand new Mega Evolutions. Scizor for Wickstrom, but then for Drosna, she can now Mega Evolve Dragolgi, and also she can obviously Mega Evolve Altaria as well. So kind of cool that they all have the potential of Mega Evolving a Pokemon now, and then of course Diantha has Pokemon like God or whatever. But yeah, it gives me more of a reason to believe that maybe they are going to be one of these like rank up trainers for Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming up next, I wanted to go over some more Nintendo Switch 2 updates, and this one is quite bad because originally we were expecting these console controllers to have Hall effect, but now Nintendo has confirmed that Switch 2 Joy-Cons won't feature Hall effect sticks, which is not great because it means that I guess Joy-Con drift potentially is going to be present once again in the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons, which is not what anybody wants, and we was really excited about the fact and the idea that we weren't going to be dealing with it, but now it's looking like it won't. But Nintendo confirms the Switch 2 Joy-Cons won't feature Hall effect sticks, so the rumored Nintendo Switch 2 feature won't be included. So Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons won't feature Hall effect analog sticks, the company has confirmed. So this isn't a rumor anymore. Nintendo have straight up come out and been like, no Hall effect. Everything that they're coming out with now is just kind of bad news. Like, they're just kind of making the console sound a little bit worse every single time that they say something. We've been covering something new about the Nintendo Switch 2 in like every video this week, and it's all kind of been negative, and it kind of sucks, and we need something good. But it says the long-rumored feature, which would mark a significant upgrade on the original Joy-Cons, won't be included in the launch models of the console. So maybe in a future model, but in the launch ones, will not have Hall effect. So Hall effect sticks, named after the US physicist Edwin Hall, use magnets and electrical conductors to measure the position of the stick, which make them effectively immune from drift, an issue that has been affected many original Switch owners. When asked by Nintendo Life about the new Joy-Cons and their components, Nintendo confirmed that Hall effect sticks would be missing. So, well, the Joy 2 Joy-Cons controllers have been designed from the ground up, said Nate. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but basically the Senior Vice President of Product Development and Publishing. They're not Hall effect sticks, but they feel really good. I don't care if they feel really good. I don't want drift on these controllers, man. It's just, it just makes it unplayable, man. Like, if you're trying to move right and it's just zoomed into the left or even more to the right than you want, it just makes the game unplayable. So I don't care if they feel good or not. I want the controllers to work. He added, I like both the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller, but that Pro Controller, for some reason, the first time I grabbed it, I was like, this feels like a GameCube controller. I was a GameCube guy. Something about it felt so familiar, but the stick on that especially. I tried to spend a lot of time making sure that it was quiet. I don't know if you tried really whacking the stick around, but it really is quiet. I'm thinking back to my Smash Bros days where you just whack it. The Switch 2 Pro Controller is one of the quietest controllers I've ever played. Again, don't really care about that. I mean, this is obviously the Switch Pro Controller, so that's a different situation entirely, but I don't care if they feel good or they sound good or whatever. We want these things to work properly. Nintendo has claimed the Switch 2 Joy-Con analog sticks will be more durable than on the Nintendo Switch 1 when asked about the potential stick drift issues. 2 significant lawsuits over Nintendo Switch Joy-Con drifts were dismissed in the US courts last year, a year earlier, following growing noise around the issue. Nintendo announced it would repair all Joy-Con controllers suffering from Joy-Con drift to the EEA and UK, even if they're out of warranty. And then VGC recently got a chance to play the Nintendo Switch 2. But again, it's just more annoying that if you do get this drift, you have to send it off, and then it takes like 8 weeks to get it back or whatever. It's just annoying, man. I was really hopeful that they would have this Hall effect feature and just not have to deal with drift. And it was heavily rumored, and leakers said that it was going to have it, but now Nintendo have come out and said no. Unless that's just something that they're keeping for a future model, which wouldn't surprise me. Nintendo, the vibes they're giving off lately and the things that they've been saying lately have been very kind of like money hungry and money greedy, so it would not surprise me if they're kind of like paywalling these certain, I don't want to say it, but imagine if they were like, let's not do Hall effects on the first console, so when that drift happens it makes people buy more Joy-Cons, or it maybe makes people buy like a new console or something. It'd be like really scummy if they did that, but you never know. When obviously the new model comes out and if it does have Hall effect, but I don't know, you never know at the end of the day. But at the same time, it's one of the things that you could see happening, but it sucks. It is what it is, but that is the new Joy-Con kind of Hall effect update for the Nintendo Switch 2. Finishing things off for today's video, we have a new Nintendo Store update hint at the Switch 2 eShop improvements. So this was posted by My Nintendo Soup, saying My Nintendo Store updates hint at Switch 2 eShop improvements. So the Nintendo has rolled out a couple of subtle updates to their My Nintendo Store websites, as well as the Nintendo e-commerce website ec.nintendo.com, signaling potential improvements to the Nintendo eShop on the Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo e-commerce website product pages for the Nintendo Switch downloadable software have started listing different file sizes for Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. The main reason for this, we believe, is to allow for different file sizes for the Nintendo Switch 2 performance updates for Nintendo Switch software. Other Nintendo Switch 2 related disclaimers, as well as UI signaling the original platform of the title, have also been added, such as the use of micro SD-XC cards. And then you can see this here, so required space, Nintendo Switch 2 5.6 gigabytes, Nintendo Switch 5.6 gigabytes. Moving on, the official My Nintendo Store website for North America has added a related tag section to game pages. While this tag system is something new to North America, it has been in use for several years on the My Nintendo Store in Japan. So although the tags aren't being used on the Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch, we believe that they will be used in some way or form to recommend games via the new Game Finds for You feature on the Nintendo Switch 2's eShop. This will allow recommendations to be more personalized for players. So obviously you got your tags here, which action, party, tabletop, choose your difficulty, mini games, online scoreboards, play for a high score, play for the fastest time, compete online, meet up and play together, online co-op, play online with friends, and then also play together on one console. So Nintendo Switch 2 games and products on both My Nintendo Store websites in Japan and North America have a Nintendo Switch 2 header above them, similar to what we've observed in an early screenshot of the Nintendo eShop on the Nintendo Switch 2. On the Japanese My Nintendo Store, you can now easily toggle between all software, Nintendo Switch 2 software, and Nintendo Switch software on the recent releases, coming soon, and sale pages. The toggle should also work the same way on those pages on the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop. So a little bit of an update there about the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop that's probably going to come into effect when this console comes out on the 5th of June. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this kind of post here. Let me know your thoughts on the Hall effect. Again, this is really bad news in my opinion. I'm very upset to hear this and read it and stuff, but it is what it is. Hopefully Joy-Con drift isn't a thing, but because they don't have the Hall effect, it is a possibility again, which just absolutely sucks. Let me know your thoughts on the Legends EA stuff. Would you like level scaling in the game? Do you think we're going to see level scaling in the game? And of course, what are your thoughts on the new Mega Evolution kind of trademark? Do you think that this is going to feature new Mega Evolutions, or do you think it's going to come out before Legends EA? But anyway, that's everything from me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. It does really help out. Leave a comment, like I said, with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.